Hi guys, you can obviously see that this morning has not progressed the way I would like. I'm at a completely different angle. I'm on the other side of my kitchen counter. The cabinet behind, for some reason today, I don't know why, I could not get rid of the reflection. There was so much of a reflection. It was horrible. There was too much light. I'm still playing around with light levels. There we go. But so here we are. We are here to talk about the Roxi. So yeah, let's do that then. You guys, here comes the music. Guys, obviously we are at a different angle. I was having lighting problems. I had a really bad reflection coming off the kitchen cabinet, and I don't know why. I've never had it before. Could not shoot anything. It was just too bright, and it just that was the focal point for the light. I just couldn't do anything about it. So we're doing it this way, which I mean, just on the other side. So what are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about the Roxi 4. Now, this I believe is a prototype because this knife is an S35VN. When you look at it online, it's listed as M390. So what do we have? We've got a full titanium frame lock with a interesting shaped and interestingly designed blade shape. I'd say it's a modified Warren-Cliff. It's a flipper. It has got a very small flipper tab. And like I said, this one's S35V and the ones I see were an M390, but let's look at some specs real quick. So you're looking at an overall length of 6.3 inches, a blade length of 2.6 inches. This one's an S35VN. It's designed by, I mean, I've never heard of them. It is Todd Knife and Tool. So Todd Knife and Tool is designer. Like I said, is the manufacturer, and then it is, right now, these are going for I saw them for anywhere between $240 and $260. MSRP is $285, if I remember correctly. I think it's $285. But, so no, this is just a kind of along the same price lines and standard pricing that you'll see on a lot of knives. The best place I saw it, I think, was Blade HQ. I think it was $240 on Blade HQ, but it's on sale in different places. It does run on bearings. So let's get my scale out and get the camera turned around, and we'll take a look at it with the high definition camera and take a good look at it, because guys, it is a nice knife. It is a nice knife. I did carry it a lot, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that while we're looking at the knife. Okay guys, I apologize. This is going to be kind of a weird angle. I'm having to reach around both my tripod and my light stand because lighting is weird this morning. I don't know what's going on. So let's take a good look at this. Now that I got rid of all those nasty shadows and got some diffused lighting, this is the Roxi 4. See what I was saying? This is an attractive knife. Nice clean lines. When you look at it from this way, the blade profile, really interesting looking knife. This is one of those ones that's a knife that gets your attention. So like I said, Todd Knife and Tool, they designed this knife. This one is in S35VN. Most of them are in M390. The blade shape is really nice and straight, just like a typical Warney. Comes to a really acute point. There's some jimping the jimping's not horrible, but it's also not real aggressive. And then there's some jimping along the back here. But all in all, it's more the lines of this knife that make it look cool. And you would think that with all of this design and look to it, that it might be uncomfortable. It really is not. It's a very comfortable knife. The pocket clip looks like it would be a hot spot. Really isn't. All of the anodizing with the titanium pivot collar and all the hardware being bronze, and then a little bit of a bronze on the pocket clip, then the rest of it just being like raw bead blasted titanium. Really, really nice look. Action on it, really smooth. It does run on bearings. It was not that way when it came to me. I did do a spa treatment on it, and I videotaped it for the paying members. It's a video for them. But yeah, I mean, just a pretty cool knife. I like the way it feels in hand. It looks like it would be too thin, and you would want to like it feel like it come out of your hand. But with this drop, this change in angle, it doesn't. It's really comfortable, really secure, and that feels really good having that right there, that low spot where I can put my thumb. Really comfortable. Trying to think, there was another knife that I've had come in that I talked about that had that same, where the blade comes up and then it had a high spot in the handle right here. And it does make really comfortable for hand positioning. Like I said, this knife cuts really well. I did do a good bit of cutting with it, and so I should say I sharpened it and then did a good bit of cutting with it and then resharpened it, because this is going back to David at Hiking with a Viking. So yeah, all these little cutout holes make it look nice. It's got a big lanyard aperture here. You could put a pretty big, you could put a piece of eel tape through that. Yeah, really nice, clean aesthetic. I like it. I like how the lines follow like that. And with a Warney, your tip is down in far, so that leaves you, with a Warncliffe, you can do things like that where you can cut that off and have a really aggressive, cool looking termination point, because your blade tip, as opposed to being up here, is way down here. So you've got all that material here that you can just shave off, cut off, and follow the lines of that knife. And it makes it look really cool. Like that. All right, guys, so let's turn this back around. Or actually, no, let's get our weight. Just realized we didn't do the weight yet. So what are we looking at here on weight? It is in ounces. 4 7/8 ounces. And for a comparison, let's take a look at it compared to a Sebenza. Size-wise, light is weird today. This is really driving me nuts, guys. I apologize. Yeah, real similar in size. So once again, that's 5 ounces. My scale is not always 100%. So 5 ounces, the 4 5/8. So right in the same ballpark as weight. They are real similar in weight. Another size comparison for some of you guys, the Endura, Spyderco Endura. Yeah. Not a small knife, guys. It's not a little knife. I don't want you to think this is a small, dainty knife. This is a big knife. Even though it does have a 2.6-inch blade, it's deceptively large. Really nice and broad. All right, let's get this turned around and do some final thoughts. Guys, I have reshot so many parts of this video at this point. So the Roxi 4, great knife. Great knife. I put it through its paces. I had a bunch of cardboard that I did some cutting down on. I wanted to do that because I was expecting with a thinner handle that I might get some fatigue from cutting, and so I had a new canvas top for my canopy show up and broke down the box from that. I had some other stuff show up, broke down those boxes, cut a bunch of stuff, cut a bunch of line to see how the edge was, and it did great. It is a little thicker behind the edge than I would like, but it's still not horrible. I definitely nowhere near like a Millet Torrent, you know how thick those are behind the edge, or some of the other knives that are notoriously thick behind that edge and don't slice well. But I will say it cut really well, even though it is a little thicker, and a lot of that has to do with the angle that you're holding it at and the fact that it is a very straight, very straight Warney. There's no curvature to it at all. It's very straight, and it was like using a box knife or a box cutter. And then, like I said, that weird handle angle that seems unusual actually is really useful when you're cutting boxes and stuff, because it puts it in line. If you look what I'm saying, like you're just cutting through that cardboard, just screaming through it. So it performed really well. It got sharpened twice. I sharpened it when it first got here so that I could carry it and use it, and then sharpened it again after so that I could do this video, and then I did a spa treatment and stuff on it. But yeah, this knife did really well, and I'm very surprised at how comfortable it is. It looks like it should be uncomfortable. It looks like it should just be full of hot spots, but it's not. The only thing that I can say that I think is kind of a hot spot is if you're really squeezing down on it and doing some cutting, right, that little bit of that pocket clip right there, and it's not even really a hot spot, it's just you can feel it. Like it's like your skin pushes down into it. It doesn't hurt, it's not a hot spot per se, but it's just unusual. I imagine you get used to it over time. So yeah, guys, I'm still doing the giveaway over on the channel for Hiking with a Viking, and I'd like to remind you guys that I have the membership for the channel set up, and for everybody that does it, their name goes at the end of all these videos now. There's going to be a scrolling like credits with everybody that is now a member of the channel, and so I put that in edit. But yeah, I just want to thank David again. David has done a lot. He's sent a lot of stuff to the channel. We've done a lot of things talking back and forth. So, guys, that's it, man. The Wee Roxi 4, not just unique and cool looking. It's actually a very, very good performing knife. So, you guys take care of yourselves. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, it goes better than this one because I'm pretty sure this knife is cursed. The remote won't work again. Jeez! It's cursed. That knife is cursed. Here come the credits. Here come the list of members.